Hey guys, welcome to WoW Weekly with Myst. Hope you guys had a great Easter and are ready for some WoW news. And I do have a bunch for you guys today, mainly because the PTR has been open for, almost a week. And so I've been in there fiddling around with some stuff. A lot of the PTR news that I am going to mention, you will hear it a few times. Not in this particular video, but you will hear it a few times just because of the way I do my videos. Because we, in past patches, I would say prior to 8.1, we didn't have WoW Weekly going on. WoW Weekly is only on its 10th episode. So at that point, all you guys were getting as far as patch was the right before a patch dropped, I would do this big video, right? So you're gonna hear it in the weekly videos as I come across these changes, and then there will be a single video because some people don't want to watch a whole patch video, right? They just want to target the stuff that interests them. So I typically do a single video as well. And then when the patch is closer to hitting, we do a recap video where it's a longer video and I put everything in there so that you guys know exactly what all's going on for the new patch. That one's definitely down the road. I don't think we're going to see the new patch till probably July. But that's what's cool about these WoW Weeklies, right? Because, within that time, I let you know what is, available, not available, but what has been discovered. And then down the road, they always kind of change things along the way. So we keep up with the changes. And then by the time we're ready for that big video at the end, things are typically different at the end there. So it's always good to kind of keep up with all of them, because watching a video right when the PTR drops and then watching it later on when it's been tested a little more is like two different things. Kind of the whole point of the PTR, right? So anyway, let's get to it. So we'll start with goals. I didn't have any. Haven't really been making too many goals the past few weeks. Basically, with the content being a little dry, I took it as an excuse for my streams to actually be able to see some different games, because for the most part, everyone's suckered into this WoW world of mine, whether they play it or not, right? So it's kind of nice to give them a little variety every so often, and what better time than a time when WoW's kind of got nothing really going on. So yeah, and I don't really stream the PTR. Not to say I wouldn't, but no one really cares enough about the PTR for me to stream it. So yeah, it's been a great time for other games. So we've been doing some Horizon and some Mario. So if you like those games, feel free to come by the stream and check them out. When 8.2 drops, we're probably going to be back, in full for at least a while with WoW. So that's why I kind of want to take advantage of it being dry a bit right now. But that doesn't affect you guys on YouTube. WoW does a hell of a lot better on my YouTube page than streams, which is why I've cut down a bit over on streams, just because it just does not do as good over there, probably because of the high population of WoW streamers. Not that YouTube doesn't have it, but it's different over on YouTube for whatever reason. So yeah, it doesn't affect you guys. No matter what, I'm making videos and we're putting out content on WoW, and when I say that we're streaming other games, I'm still logged into WoW every day. Like, yeah, the activity has not ended. It's just the stream part has been a little lessened as far as WoW goes. Okay, so next up, events for the next week. So on Tuesday, it is reset as always, and we will see Crucible of Storms. Mythic difficulty will open up on Tuesday, and then you guys that don't get a chance to really do much raiding, LFR will open up as well, so you'll be able to get it done in LFR mode as well. The weekly event is going to be World Quests. Noble Garden will be starting, which I always thought was really weird with Noble Garden, because it's like, by the time I've posted this video will post on Easter Monday. It's currently Easter Sunday right now. When Noble Garden starts, Easter's done. Yeah, I never understood why they run Noble Gardens the week after Easter. Like, why don't you run it the week of Easter? Like, it would have made much more sense to have started it this past Tuesday and then end it, on, tomorrow. But yeah, they're so weird with, like, and that's the only holiday they're weird with, because with Christmas, you are, like, you go there on Christmas Day to open your gifts. You can't open your gifts before. You can open them after, but you cannot open them before. It's like on Christmas Day, you go get your gifts. So, yeah. Anyway, a little off topic there. One last event for the week is the Volunteer Day. That will be on the 28th, which is Sunday. That is a micro holiday, so that runs for 1 day only. So if you want to take part in that, you need to be logged in on Sunday and not a day earlier, not a day later. Okay, so on to news. I thought this would be a great place to start. So at the moment, this is the requirement for flying. I find this to be easy. I definitely thought it was going to be a hell of a lot more stuff. If you open up your achievement list, you see like some adventure achievements from, all the continents in BFA. You see, treasure box collections. I really thought those would be part of it. And give it time. This is what it is at the moment, but this is very fucking shocking. Pathfinder Part 2 has always entailed a lot more than just an additional rep, right? So I would take this screenshot, which is accurate at the moment, but take it with a grain of salt, because I have a feeling they're going to change that. I really can't see them making it that easy. It just never has been that easy in the past since they started up this Pathfinder. But at the moment, that is what that is. And so if they do keep it that way, gaining flying is going to be fucking easy. You'll do it with your eyes closed pretty much. So for now, I'm going to suggest that you just, if you don't have part 1 done, you just get that knocked out. And as things progress, if this achievement changes and becomes something else, I will definitely let you guys know. But at the moment, all you really have to focus is the part 1. And this guy here is the reward that you will get with that achievement. Mechanical parrot mount, as you can see. And for those curious of where you can fly, because in the past it's been a little kind of weird, for example, with Legion, you know, they had released part 2, you got flying, and then not too far after that, they released Argus area, which you could not fly in. So for those that are curious, you can fly in Kaltraz, Zandalar, Meccano, and Nazjatar. So, you know, it's all over the place at the moment. However, there may be something else that comes up in the future. So, okay. Also, this right here is the Angler's Water Striders. You see that at the bottom. Basically, that is an item you get. There's been a lot of controversy about the mount equipment and people who already have the Water Strider, which by now should be literally everyone. There should be no one out there that doesn't have that mount, honestly. It's one of the easiest mounts to get. It's a water mount. Like, really, there should be no one out there unless you're brand new to the game. And, but, you know, maybe there is. If you don't have it, you're going to have to purchase this item. But if you do have the Water Strider, then what will happen is in the mail, when 8.2 launches, of course, you will have an item called the Angler's Water Striders, and that is basically your freebie mount thing. That applies to all your mounts, and yeah, that makes it so that you don't actually have to purchase it. I do think that this is a great idea on their end. It is a little odd with the Water Strider one because, you know, while there's a bit of argument with the Water Strider because there's people out there that believe that it's a rare mount and there's people that don't. I believe it's a rare mount. I still do. You know, it was a lot of work back in the day to get that mount. And for literally ever, it's been the only mount that can walk on water. So that right there, in my eyes, made it a rare mount. There was no mount out there unless you were like a Death Knight or, you know, but those aren't really mounts that walk on water. Those are abilities, right? You know, I guess it's the same deal with this item. Like, technically, it's not a mount that walks on water. It's an item that allows your mounts to walk on water. So yeah, I kind of, I don't know. I always thought that was rare, the water mounts. So I'm kind of right there with people who believe that it kind of lessens the quality of the mount, because it does. It'd be no different. Like, say instead they had an item, although this would be very cool, but say they had an item that made all your mounts 2-person mounts. Would that not, or let's say 2-person flying mounts, would that not make all those 2-person mounts, like the Sandstone and the Rocket from the Recruit a Friend, like, would that not make those less rare? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the same thing. It's a little different when you're talking 2-person mounts, because those are a pretty rare thing, but the water one is too. Like, if you think about it, it was the only mount that was an actual water, you know, on the water mount. All the other water mounts are like in the water, you know. So I still think of it as a rare one. Okay, so the next part would normally be mounts. However, there are a ton of fucking mounts, and I'm trying to make this video not too terribly long. So we're going to put the mounts into another video that will be on the channel probably within, it'll be soon. When you see Kingdom Hearts End, we're going to get Kingdom Hearts kind of dealt with over here. And when Kingdom Hearts is complete on the YouTube, I'm going to throw up the mount one. That buys me a little time anyway to put it together because there are a lot of mounts in 8.2. We're talking like 30 plus new mounts. And one I will mention because it is kind of one of the ones I'm looking forward to. Meccano Cat laser pointer, and it has an achievement with it. The achievement is called available in 8 colors, and yeah, by the sounds of it, it's defaulted as a blue cat, and as you collect all these things, you can recolor it. And there's bronze, copper, orange, blue, gold, steel. Well, actually, no. There's bronze, copper, orange, blue. There's a red, green, a yellow, and a goldish. Well, yellow and gold are kind of close, but they got the different tints. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, and it kind of makes me wonder if they took that from one of the comments that basically the same person asks every year at fucking BlizzCon, but it's always when will we be able to transmog our gear into the color we want? Like, when will we be able to use ink on it and stuff like that? So I kind of feel like this idea came from that. Their answer to that was always that it would be a lot of work to throw that into the whole transmog collection, because transmogs is a pretty wide thing in WoW. But on one particular mount, it wouldn't be too bad. Okay, well, for the more depressing news, because with a great mount like this, there's work involved, and I can tell you exactly what's involved with this mount. Basically, when you get to Meccano, which will be one of the new areas in 8.2, there's going to be a bunch of daily quests. There's lots of stuff to do over on that island. And this will be one of them. So you'll get the first daily quest will be called Shop Project. And it sends you to collect 3 items, which is Meccano Bot Ignition, Shell Steel Casing, and Multi-Leg Chain Drive. And then when you turn that in, Kerchunk, which is the NPC there, he asks you to come back tomorrow because it's a daily quest, right? So then you will get a blueprint that is the laser pointer. And so that starts the quest. That costs 500 gold. So definitely you're going to need some money for this, and I will let you know exactly how much to basically save up before 8.2 drops. So that quest starter is going to cost you 500 gold, and then you'll go along the quest, do your thing basically, and you'll be using the tinkering throughout the quest line. And you'll build the laser pointer, which of course summons the mount. And that item that helps you build it, which is the chain igniter coil, it costs 35,000. So, the more and more I found out about this mount, the more and more I thought about the very first time when the engineering bike came into the picture. When that was new. Yeah, as I go through this, you're gonna probably instantly think of the bike, because I did. So anyway, this item costs 35,000. You're going to need 4. So that right there tells you that basically this mount costs 140,000 gold. So yeah, that's basically what you're looking at, you know, after you've spent the 500 and then the 35,000 times 4. Yeah, I would definitely aim for the 140k mark and, you know, try to aim higher because 140k is just for that mount. There's other stuff in 8.2. So really, my advice to you guys is if you've got nothing better to do in WoW, but you want to play WoW and you don't want to sidetrack to another game or whatnot, start grinding up some money. You know, play the auction house and, you know, unless you already have tons of gold. Like, if you're sitting there with, like, 200k, then you got nothing to worry about. But if you don't have much gold on you and, you know, this is basically a cat that can turn into 8 different colors. So I guess it really depends on how you feel about that. Like, there's some that are like, ooh, that's cool. And then there's others that are like, well, the Jewel Crafter cat had 5. You know, so it really depends on how you feel about the mount. And if 140,000 is worth it. I'm a mount collector, so 140,000 is like fucking nothing for a mount. Well, the last pricey mount that I purchased was like 500,000 gold, so... Which there is another one just like that in 8.2, which I'll get a little more into in our mount video. But I did want to point this one out because this is the one I'm kind of looking forward to for all this. So yeah, the other part is that you're going to need the 2,000 spare parts for this quest line too. And that is looted from mobs out in the island. And energy cells are looted from rare elites. So right there, you know there's going to be some farming. So yeah, you're looking at a little bit of time. But yeah, overall, you know, it won't be too bad because when the patch is new, everyone's farming those elites. So really, that's the time to do it. And also, there will be a lot of toys added. I know of like 10 at the moment, which will also go in another video. These WoW weeklies are just like quick topics, right? Everything that I'm mentioning right now will have a more in detail video regarding it. But yeah. I don't know why they feel the need to always add a fucking new hearth toy though. Like we need any more. You know? Like, for years I have never had to wait on a cooldown. And when I say years, I'm talking like 6 years, 7, maybe even more. I can't remember the last time I've waited on a cooldown till I get back to the city or something. Like, I have so many fucking toys and mounts and, you know, like, yeah, it's just crazy. However, I do think, if I'm not mistaken, I think those all share a cooldown, but still, you know, still. There's also going to be a new fishing achievement. It's called Secret Fish and Where to Find Them. And when you get it, you'll get yet another toy. It's called the Hyper Compressed Ocean. And yeah, that's basically it. Now, as for some of the items worth noting, prior to me doing a video on it, let's see. One worth noting would be the Eye of Theras. That is a Demon Hunter specific item. And it is going to be for Ashron for when it returns, which will be in 8.2. And basically on use, it makes it so that your spectral sight no longer has a cooldown for an hour. So your cooldown's completely gone for like an hour. So pretty nice little item. Another one worth noting would be the Pocket-Sized Device. It's a trinket, and yeah, it can be enhanced by the new Azurite power. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting trinket. It's very customizable. Okay, so the next one is the Night Elf Ring. You find this out on the islands. They say that it seems a little out of place over here, and perhaps you can hand it into Starseeker. And when you do, that gives you reputation with Rustbolt, which you're gonna want because that is part of your requirements for part 2 of Pathfinder, as well as the ability to gain other things with it. So yeah, these Night Elf rings are basically a reputation. A little unconfirmed thing, but it also seems to lead to an achievement which is directed at this mount, which a lot of people are hyped for. And this mount is, technically it's called the Keys to the Model W. But yeah, it's the Mecha Cycle. So keep that in mind, that collecting these might help towards that. I'm pretty sure the reason it kind of somehow links with that is because the ring gives you rep, and I imagine rep is because that Keys to the Model, that's a big ass achievement. It involves a lot of stuff. It's a Meccano achievement. It involves doing a bunch of different things in Meccano, which is why I made mention earlier that I will probably become a lot more active again when 8.2 shows up, because there is a lot of shit to do. There's a lot of mounts to collect. I will need to get all my rep back up for 2 different reps. And then there's these achievements that issue the mounts, and that's why we're taking advantage of the random games right now. Okay, and then there's also the Mark of Ashera, which is going to be a new currency. Not totally sure yet what it's going to be used for. It's still a little early. Like I said, I will do a video solely on the mounts. And there are also a lot of battle pets in 8.2 as well. So I will do a video on that. Okay, and the last bit of info that I'm going to include in this video before it gets a little too long is the new dances. So this is the new Moonkin dance for the Zandalari Druid. And this next clip is the new Travel Form dance for the Zandalari Druids. Definitely, I think I like the Travel Form one. They just needed a tune going on there. They had a little music for the Moonkin, but not the Travel Form. The Moonkin, I don't know, that's a weird dance. Just tapping your foot. I do that, pretty much all the time. But I do like the little roll that the Travel Form one does, so that's cool. Okay guys, so that basically concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed the new information and the new event stuff. And I will definitely have some more in-detail videos for you guys coming up. And yeah, we will see you in the next video or the next WoW Weekly. Have a good one, guys. Bye.